طيب السلام عليكم أحمد خالد. الدرس الثاني في ايروسبيس ماتيريالز لسنة رابعة. آه، والنهاردة هنتكلم عن الانتر اتوميك بوندينج والبرايمري بوندز. فهنقرا مع بعض النهاردة. bonding with other atoms, the potential energy of each bonding atom is lowered resulting in a more stable state. Three primary bonding combinations: metal to non-metal, non-metal with non-metal, and metal with metal. Ionic bonds, strong atomic bonds due to the transfer of electrons. Covalent bonds, large interactive force due to the sharing of electrons. Metallic bonds, non-directional bonds formed by sharing of electrons. طيب. Ionic bonding occurs between the positive and negative ions, requires electron transfer. Large difference in electronegativity is required. An example is NaCl. Na positive is Cl is minus. فهنا بيحصل تمام. electronegative elements اللي هو على الجانب اليمين ده readily acquire electrons to become negative ions. Electropositive elements readily give up electrons to become positive ions. فاحنا لو نظرنا هنجد ال Na هنا Na+، فلذلك هو electropositive. ماشي، نكمل. Covalent bonding, similar electronegativity. They share electrons. Bonds determined by valence negative s and p orbitals dominate bonding. Example is CH4. C has 4 valence electrons and needs 4 more. Each has 1 valence electron and needs 1 more. Metallic bonding, atoms in metals are closely packed in crystal structure. Loosely bounded valence electrons are attracted towards nucleus of other atoms. Electrons spread out among atoms, forming electron clouds. These free electrons are reason for electric conductivity and ductility. Since outer electrons are shared by many atoms, metallic bonds are non-directional. Metallic alloys for aerospace applications: aluminum, titanium, steel, magnesium, nickel, and super alloys. Aluminum has a melting point of 660.3 degrees. It loses the strength at 150 to 200 degrees Celsius, an FCC crystal structure with no phase transformation, no ductile to brittle transition. We have a density of 2.7 gram per centimeter cubed. وعندنا ال اعتقد الاستيسيتي لو انا فاكر مظبوط هو 70 جيجا باسكال. والكوست حوالي 4.5 times steel. Pure AL yield strength is 35 MPa. but يعني ده البيور يعني but we can have it up to 590 megapascals with alloying. طيب. wrought aluminum alloys can be alloyed with copper, magnesium, manganese, silicon, and zinc. Classification of wrought alloys: 2 groups. One is heat treatable and the second is non-heat treatable. 4 digits. The first digit the major group alloying element, second digit the impurity limits, last 2 digits identifies the aluminum alloy. Non-heat treatable aluminum alloys are the 1000, 3000 and 5000 alloys. تمام. هنا بما انه هو 1000 فده معناه انه هو pure aluminum. 3000 هو المنجنيز، 5000 اللي هو المغنيسيوم. تمام. وهيت تريتابل الومنيوم الويز اللي هو 2000 6000 7000 وال 8000. اللي هو 2000 اللي هو الكوبر، 6000 اللي هو السيليكون، و 7000 اللي هو الزنك، وال 8000 اللي هو الليثيوم. وعندنا هنا برضو طبعا بعض الأمثلة بيستخدم لإيه. الايركرافت ستراكشرز بيستخدم ال 2000 سيريز، ال 6000 بيستخدم general purpose structure، و 7000 for aircraft structures. دي بعض الأمثلة يعني. طيب face centered cubic structure ال FCC is represented as one atom each at the corner of cube and at the center of each cube face. Example: aluminum, copper, gold, lead, nickel, PT, و silver. ال FCC structure, number of atoms per unit cell. Each unit cell has 1/8 of an atom at corners and 6 half atoms at the center of the 6 faces, which equals a number of atoms per unit cell is 4 atoms per unit cell. الatomic packing factor calculation for FCC. فالpacking factor اللي هو 4 times 4 over 3 pi r cubed على ال A cubed. ال A يساوي 4r على square root 2. و 0.74 is the maximum packing factor possible with spheres of equal size. Slip in crystals. Slip occurs in densely or close packed planes. Lower shear stress is required for slip to occur in densely packed planes. If slip is restricted in closed planes, then less dense planes become operative. Less energy is required to move atoms along denser planes. وده dislocation. dislocation. وهنا alloying solid solutions. A solid solution is a mixture of two or more elements. The solvent is the element present in greater amount. والsolute هو element present in lesser amount. فاحنا لو عاملين ميكس ما بين حاجتين، ال AlCu مثلا، فال Al مثلا هو السولفنت، فعندنا معناها كده عندنا Al أكتر، ومعناها الكوبر هيكون السوليوت وهيكون أقل. It maintains the crystal structure of the solvent. وعندنا substitutional solid solutions. Solution formed when the dissolved element substitutes an atom or atoms of the solvent element in the unit cell. Enter statial solid solutions. Voids among regular lattice positions are occupied by the atoms. Allowing substitutional solid solutions. Solute atoms substitute for parent solvent atom in a crystal lattice. The crystal structure remains unchanged. Lattice might get slightly distorted due to change in diameter of the atoms. Solute percentage in solvent can vary from fraction of a percentage to 100%. A and R for selected FCC metals. ده ال A وده ال R بتاعه. احنا ازاي بنجيب ال R؟ ال R اللي هو يساوي احنا جبناها فوق من هنا، فال A يساوي 4R على سكوير روت 2، فال R هتساوي سكوير روت 2A على 4. فاحنا لو اخدنا سكوير روت 2 تايمز ال A، وقسمنا على الأربعة زي ما هو موجود هنا طبعا هنجد الرقم ده. السوليوت احنا قلنا بيكون الأقل، السولفنت هو الأكتر. أنا بس حبيت يعني أعيد. solubility limit. Solubility is the ability to dissolve. يعني إمكانية المادة إنها يعني تسيح زي الملح مثلا. how much salt can you dissolve in water؟ ف 36% at 25 degrees. فده هنا السوليبيليتي بتاعه. There is a general principle that determines whether a given element B will form a solid solution when added to another element A. Conditions for substitutional solid solution. Rothery rules. Delta R, which is the atomic radius has to be less than 15%. Proximity in periodic table. It has to be close with similar electronegativities. With the same crystal structure for pure metals. Will valency all else being equal, a metal will have a greater tendency to dissolve a metal of higher valency than one of lower valency. A metal will have a greater tendency to dissolve a metal of higher valency than one of lower valency. دي نقطة أنا بس برضو حبيت يعني أعمل فوكس عليها. Electronegativities range from 0.7 to 4. The regular lattice with a larger substitutional atom with a smaller substitutional atom. Rothery atomic size difference is less than 15%. Factors for high solubility. Voids between the host atoms are relatively small. Atomic radius of solute should be significantly less than the solvent. The solute it has to be much less than the solvent. يعني المادة الأقل يعني المفروض تكون أقل بكتير من المادة الأكتر، مش فرق بسيط. For interstitial solid solutions to have high solubility. Binary effects of interstitial alloying elements. Binary isomorphous alloy systems. Binary alloy, mixture of two systems, two component systems. Isomorphous system, two elements completely soluble in each other in liquid and solid state. Example, copper nickel solution. Isomorphous system is basically two elements completely soluble in each other in liquid and solid state. And this is a binary isomorphous alloy system. وعندنا المثال اهو هنا بس للتوضيح، وده الباينري isomorphous alloy system. فأنا كنت معاكم أحمد خالد، وهنوقف هنا وبعد كده هنكمل الدرس القادم. ده كان الدرس الثاني Aerospace Materials. السلام عليكم.